Welcome everyone back to the Down to the Wire podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Bracco. My partner over here,
John Balser.
Come on, get there, man.
we're here at Down to the Wire headquarters in the nation's capital, baby. We got fact guy Coleman on the keys.
I love facting.
Yeah, that's right, man. You fucking do love that facting. Fact away, buddy.
You know, we got a great show for you guys today. We got some good news stories coming at you this week. Backpage News, as always, is promising some heavy-hitting stories such as Meth Island in Florida has been discovered and taken over by police. We have a janitor that ruined $1 million scientific research fridge. And then we also have a man addicted to cheese, spent over $60,000 on it.
That's not bad. That's for a lifetime of cheese? Cheese expensive. Anyways, before we get going, like, follow, subscribe, crack a Red Bull, have a good time with your friends that's full of energy. You want a bowl?
Yeah, send me a bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Fat guy, you want a bowl?
Yeah, I'll take a bowl. Send it over.
Incoming.
Oh, shit. that was a proper toss, man. There's a lot of equipment, man.
Right into the glass
I got super
table.
into that, too. Yeah, way too confident with that.
Man. Guys, before we keep going that's all, folks. Before we get moving, if you're listening on Spotify, drop 5 stars. If you're listening on Apple, 5 stars. YouTube, like, comment, do whatever you got to do, man. Let's push this algo, man. We need it. So thank you guys. Also, any events going on?
If you were at the Nice Guy pop-up, thank you for coming to that too. That was a good time. Hope you bought some clothing, made a bracelet, a necklace, an anklet, any other beaded jewelry. Shout out to you for stopping by.
Yeah, it was a nice event.
It was a nice event.
Yeah, we got another one coming up July 29th here at Down the Wire Studios. Pull up. It's going to be another clothing brand doing a pop-up. And yeah, we got some more in the works. All right, let's get right into it. First headline we got reads:
Florida squatters create Meth Island, complete with 4-story treehouse, a welcome center, and a trampoline, folks.
Dude, they conquered. So this area of Florida, just south of Daytona, near Doolintown Bridge in Port Orange.
Yeah,
right?
So it's on this series of little islands is on the Halifax River. I knew I was tied to this story for a reason.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You can hit the Google Maps on the Halifax River. Love to see it.
So there's a bunch of these little islands, and one got taken over, and they're dubbing it Meth Island because apparently it's just a bunch of drug addicts down there that just took over this place, built a massive tree house. They have a welcome center sign. We'll play the video so you guys can check it out, but it's crazy, dude. They literally made a little village out of this spot. I think, didn't you say it was listed on Airbnb?
Yeah, they had an air. It looks like where you would it's a lean-to essentially that they have that just says $10 rentals. So I read in a story that they have it listed on Airbnb, which is crazy. But I don't know the legitimacy of that. But yeah, it says here they even had their own Airbnb with a room for rent for $10 a night.
Wow. I heard like people always make fun being like, you know, they're lazy. But they literally just built an entire village.
Exactly. That's why I think, yeah, if you get tested for meth at the workplace, I don't think you should be fired. You know, heroin, maybe. Those people are lazy. Different effects. You know what I mean? Potheads, lazy.
Yeah, no potheads doing this.
Good for nothing fucking dope smokers. Get out of here with your long hair, you hippies. We want meth heads on our staff.
So they have a 48-hour notice to evacuate the area. Is that 48 hours from when? You know,
yeah,
because like
meth
when they notice, because they might not notice till next week.
Meth time's a different time.
Yeah,
it not only is sped up, but also stands still. I don't know that.
I feel like I should know a lot more
allegedly
about this because I'm watching Breaking Bad right now.
Right,
and I feel like I should know more. Is it the blue stuff? Is it that Heisenberg cook?
Heisenberg cook.
I feel like that's what you would need to build this.
Straight from Albuquerque, baby.
Yeah. If they were on the Heisenberg, this place would be fully furnished.
That Los Pollos
cemented.
That Los Pollos Hermanos fucking batch right here, man. Straight from
This is very impressive. I don't understand why it's a problem though. Like, why are they evicting them? Because like they're saying that this one group of Florida residents found a way to get around the skyrocketing housing prices, and just created their own village. I love this, dude.
Yeah. My dad's
Take matters in your own hands.
My dad's in the process of building his own commune. Like he's built this property of land and he's just building a bunch of cabins. I'm like, Dad, you are a one-man band here. You don't need all these cabins. He's like, well, I might.
How does he feel about the news of being evicted?
Fuck yeah.
4 stories on that tree fort, eh?
Yeah, dude. He's
great.
a carpenter. He's a carpenter.
Isn't this one 5 stories?
With all the extra lumber they have, which is impressive too. Like this is good lumber. It looks like they have there, and with lumber prices, I'm surprised that these meth heads have all this great lumber ready to build additions to their tree houses.
Definitely didn't buy it, especially the trampoline. I don't know. They just found that in someone's front yard.
Yeah,
Probably.
the fact that they
Probably rode that to the island.
They rode it.
They probably set sail on.
I don't know if you've ever been on a trampoline, but very porous. Very, very porous. Like, that shit's sinking.
Not very buoyant.
I'm just exactly the opposite of buoyant.
We should say that we're also assuming these are meth heads. Like,
Well, that's
no
what the
evidence.
headline entitles. Or
Yeah.
entails.
Yeah, they're
Unless-
taking this, as far as I can tell from like our research, they're taking this concept that it's a meth island from just like some Twitter memes.
But I'm just saying,
Do the Twitter memes have the Twitter fact checker underneath it though?
They don't.
so that's
how I get
That's
my
true.
news now.
strike one. If this was, who else is building forts like this? Let's be real here. Teenagers. I was a kid. I was a teenager. I built forts. Nothing as elaborate as this. Just somewhere you could go to get
Yeah.
out from the rain, smoke a quick pipe bowl in the backwoods before your parents got home. That's all you needed from your fort.
The boat ride back to shore is enough for the eyes to get, reduce the redness.
Exactly. I just
Yeah.
swim it if you need to, right?
The trampoline makes me think too. It's probably kids.
Yeah, fair. I don't know, man. I could just think I don't know if I've ever done enough meth in one go to be like, man, I need to jump on a trampoline, but I bet you there's a threshold you could cross over that like where you smoke enough meth that you're like,
Right.
man, a trampoline right now, like hamster on the wheel type of vibe.
I've never done meth, but
That's
from
what you
from
think.
what I've seen on Breaking Bad, it seems like when you're high on meth, you just pitch spin-offs of Star Trek to each other, and it's kind of like cocaine, I guess.
Yeah, but would you rather do that in like a dark alleyway or a nice 4-story treehouse with a trampoline at it?
Dude, these videos, like when are they chilling here? Because the videos, it's vacant, like no one's there.
Well, they probably have a series of lookouts. You know what I mean?
They knew the cops were coming.
Hey, yo, 5-0, pulling up, dip. Then they went to the underground bunker that they still haven't discovered
Maybe just
yet.
one of the other islands.
Exactly.
They're just building out.
Crazy. They have like a series of is it Lord of the Rings where they light the fucking torches on top of the mountains in a series to some when there's like a battle happening.
That's the Olympics.
I think you're right. I also enjoy in the video the cops posting it, like the eviction notice, on a thing that says message board. It's like the rules of conduct for this commune and the island, and then underneath of it, it's like...
Yeah.
I hate this tweet from the sheriff's office. It says, today, deputies were happy to help out, yada, yada, and posting trespass notices on several islands near Dunsletown Bridge. For everyone who enjoys the beauty of this area, this is one step toward bringing it back to nature. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you talking about? No one's using that anyways.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Like what if the meth heads and the like iguanas are just coexisting now, and you're just like, well, the iguanas didn't steal our TVs.
I just don't understand, because I feel like the people that are on the argument of like, oh, fucking get them out of there, man. Like, what the fuck? They're just like, what? Oh, building new habitat there? Like, fuck, these guys are the same people that when these guys go back to the streets in front of their businesses are like, we need to get these guys the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what do you want?
Let them build islands, man.
I think it's dope.
I think it's the right thing to do. You
No
don't need
tax dollars were spent on housing these people. They just fucking did it themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For
Took
all
some
the Florida
initiatives.
Republicans.
Took some initiative.
This
That's
is
what
the
you want.
most bootstraps ass
Yeah.
behavior that you could possibly want from
Yeah.
these
Your
people.
grandfathers would be proud.
Yeah.
They just built it themselves.
And we're here to just put a damper on their good time, their humble abode.
Like, no one builds nothing anymore.
Nothing,
You know what I mean?
dude.
Like, people would be like, yo, my grandfather built this house we're staying in today. No one's doing that.
No, exactly.
These guys are doing it. We're trying to just get rid of that.
My
you know?
grandfather built this shanty house that we have been living in for generation to generation because meth's an addictive substance that's passed down from generation to generation.
I love nobody
Structured
builds
like the-
things anymore.
Fucking structured like the second piggy's house, bro.
Exactly, dude. That takes one good gust of wind from a mean old wolf to take this bitch down.
That's the thing too. It's in Florida. Like, just wait 6 months. It's gonna get wiped out by a
Exactly.
hurricane. You know what I mean? Like,
and not
just-
even a big one. Like,
no,
you know,
a wave.
Oh, exactly.
That's it.
Someone could drive their boat by with a big enough wake. It could take out the first level of these things,
Yeah.
dude.
I wish we knew more about like if they're gonna fight against it. Because what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna evict them? You know what I mean? They're on an island. They'll see you come. Like, you're gonna send out your whole police force to like. I don't even know how many people live on this island. Like, can they outnumber the police? Is my question.
Yeah. How many?
Because it was vacant when they like searched it.
Have
So
they
it's
been-
like that's when it's vacant when the cops search it. That tells me it's a bigger operation than you think.
That's facts, bro. Like, what are you like? You have. There's more to this.
I feel like they were all there.
That they were all
Like in camo and shit like that. Like those snow leopards that hide in the you know what I mean? Like,
Have you saw that recent picture where there's a leopard?
there's
in
always
there?
pictures like that.
But
on
like I
Twitter.
just saw one recently and I was like, no, there fucking isn't, man. Like
Yeah.
there's not. It's all brown. How's there? Whatever.
You should post one of those and it's just a picture of a wall.
Exactly, dude. I like to think that these guys have been just training. You know what I mean? They knew the cops were going to come at some point, but they're just like amphibiously militarily trained. You know what I mean? Like they're just like fucking commandos when it comes to like sea to land. Like they're just waiting for them to get kicked out. The cops are going to storm the island to start tearing stuff down, and all of these people are going to emerge from the water.
They're one with the alligators, man. They're just they're in the water, just like
Exactly.
with nose and eyes above.
Do we know how they found it? Because it's isolated.
No,
Like, you'd
It's
have to
under
be
a bridge. I think it's probably visible.
So
Yeah.
if you there's a link where you can click on where it takes you to a map. It's a series of islands that like you could probably jump across to it for a couple of them at low tide, but I mean, I don't know where these guys are at, but there is a 7-Eleven close by. So I mean, I don't know.
They all just went out for a supply.
You know what they
run.
say where there's a 7-Eleven.
There's meth communities built on islands in Florida, at least. That's what they say with 7-Eleven.
I want to see some collective action around this because sometimes when you like homeless encampments, when there's evictions, sometimes lots of people like turn up to prevent that, right? Like there was a bunch in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I
like
remember
a
that.
couple summers ago or last summer.
Yeah.
I want to
ones
see
are-
that again. Defend these people.
Those ones are easier though in Toronto to like go and protest against. This one, it's like
You gotta take a
I gotta
boat.
take a ferry to protest this shit.
What commercial boat is gonna be like, okay, we're rallying the people here?
I just think the fact they have a welcome center and signage for all of it,
Yeah.
and a message board, like they're trying to. It's giving me friendly vibes. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to know what the update is. If they're gonna fight against this or what's gonna happen if the police, like, how are they gonna evict them? Like, it seems like they brought not that big of a unit out there.
Just a 1-2 cops. That does actually, right, the conversation about my dad and meth, that does remind me one time he's giving me the meth talk, or not the meth talk,
meth
the
talk.
drug talk, but you know when you cover like the hard drugs, he's like, if you ever see someone smoking or doing meth, don't do that. He's like, there's no such thing as recreational meth use. I was like, Dad, I'm in
This is recreational meth
I'm in
use.
6th grade, Dad.
They're just chilling, bro.
Mawson.
Well, even if they are doing meth, we don't even know that.
No. But,
This thing is so janky. Like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
this looks like, you know, like when you would build tree houses as a kid and you would just steal like 17 nails from your dad's toolbox and a hammer
Yeah.
and then just, yeah.
We used to just cut down, like just steal a saw and you just cut down random trees and try to like lay them across other trees. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in my forts.
People where you're from wouldn't need the drug talk because it wouldn't take me much to be like, there's nothing else to do here. So,
That is
yeah.
absolutely facts, dude. It's around everywhere. Like, cause
Yeah.
there's such a small population of people that when you have like a person on drugs, everyone knows that person's on drugs. Like Tammy the Dart Whore, she used to be a staple in our town. She used to be, everyone knew her. That's what she was called. That's not me being rude, but that's. I just heard some
Two
stories.
things can be true at once, John. She can be called that and it can be rude at the same time.
Did she call herself that?
I don't know, but I know that
she announces herself when she arrives in places.
I don't know many people talking to her. I just know she did some unsavory things for cigarettes at one time in her life. So, but the story was that she took a bad batch of acid in like the 80s and she just never came back from it. And that's why she was like pole dancing on the light poles all the time.
Oh,
and like
she's a Gary.
A Gary?
We had a Gary.
You had a Gary?
Yeah.
Gary the dart whore?
No, it was when I was working at McDonald's.
Okay.
The guy that would come in at night to clean the vats and everything.
Okay.
His name was Gary, and he couldn't really. His voice was all like, I don't want to mimic how he talked, but like,
it'd be rude, wouldn't it?
It's just the story with him though, because he was like very like weird guy. Everyone's
right.
The story was like he did a lot of drugs in the 80s, and he had one bad acid trip that he never got out of quite right.
Yeah.
And,
that was the legend, was that when you saw Tammy acting crazy, it's because she had slipped back into some psychosis she had like started when she had taken
Why
a
is
bad
that
batch
the
of
legend
acid.
for every town oddball?
I know, eh?
Bad trip of acid.
There's definitely no basis for that.
No.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who knew her further.
It's
than,
just the nicest way of saying they're mentally ill, I guess. I don't know.
I guess that would, yeah.
Is it nice?
It's the
When
best
you're
way to-
17,
It's
I
the
don't
best
know,
way to
maybe
tell
those,
kids
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
It's the best way to
yeah.
tell kids about it
Yeah.
in a small town.
And
Don't
you
do
learn
acid, you'll end up like Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mental health doesn't exist, but bad batches of acid do.
Jesus Christ.
What did I tell you about quoting my mom on the podcast? All right. Next
She
headline
just
we got.
texted me that, actually, man. That's
Just a
weird.
daily reminder.
Yeah. Dude, that's like the first time I met your grandparents, and
Yeah.
I was leaving his grandparents' house. This is my first time ever being around like Italians at all. Like Rack was my first Italian friend, let alone being invited to an Italian household.
This is the fucking 50s.
Well, no, it is, because like you were like
my
yeah,
first
my
Italian friend.
me and they're like buongiorno. No, but it like you always told me like how like the just Italians are so family oriented. I went over to your grandparents for family dinner, and as I'm leaving, his grandfather like kisses me on the cheeks, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then he looks me right in the eyes and goes, "Don't do drugs."
And what'd you say?
I was like, I won't right now. And then we drove to the dispensary.
Got some weed, man.
Literally the strongest edibles I've ever eaten that night.
I like how old school Italians like. Sometimes they're like super homophobic, but like they'll literally kiss you on both cheeks and be like, "But none of that gay shit." You're just like, dude.
What? Like, do you have any gay cousins?
I don't know.
No openly gay cousins.
Yeah, there's one guy. I'm not blood related to him,
Oh,
but he's very gay. I
Right.
don't think it's like publicly announced, but yeah, he's definitely gay.
everyone knows, but
Yeah.
him kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was just, I wonder how that would. I guess it just probably wouldn't in most Italian households, eh?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I like
You never
old
tried
school,
it?
yeah, but I've never. I should do it as a prank. I should come out one time.
Just bring a guy home for
Yeah.
Christmas one
Next time you come into my parents' house or
Yeah.
my mom's house, we should just walk in holding hands.
Yeah. And then Mac.
Yeah. We should go down. We gotta sell it. John's staying in my room tonight. Is that cool?
No, you don't need to put the sheets down on the basement couch. It's good.
Yeah. Just order a shipment of poppers to the front door.
No, come on.
Good callback. What are these for?
All right. Next headline we got. Reeds.
Janitor turns off cold freezer to stop beeping noise and destroys research worth $1 million.
So this janitor was irritated because this fridge was making a really annoying beepy noise, like an alarm had sounded off. And it was a fridge they were using to store, it was for research into photosynthesis to further the development of solar panels.
Yeah.
And inside of this, we call it a fridge? Is that what
It's a box that's plugged in that keeps things cold.
An ice
I'd call it a
box?
fridge. I'd call it a fridge, brother.
It's this fridge, and it had an estimated $1 million worth of stuff in there. But it was 25 years of research that was inside of this fridge, and they even had a sign on it that said, "Oh, I didn't hit continue reading."
Come on, man.
No cleaning required in the area. You can press the alarm/test mute button for 5 to 10 seconds if you would like to mute the sound.
So they knew that this would happen. So they put a sign up for, I guess, the janitor or whoever might hear this sound when no one's around. And he just ignored that and just unplugged it.
So no, I think what happened was he was like, oh, I can fix anything. And what he did was he walked himself to the breaker room and was like, this definitely is the breaker, and then flipped it and just turned the outlet off. So he didn't unplug it, like walk over to the fridge and yank the cord out of the wall, but
yeah, I think it was a little bit more sophisticated than that.
He rendered the outlet that the fridge was plugged into useless by flipping the breaker.
And then it destroyed 25 years worth of research.
As it does.
Fridge. So because the alarm was going off, apparently they had a scheduled maintenance thing 4 days after. Obviously no longer needed.
Saved them a couple bucks though, right?
I guess. Unless it costs more than $1 million, then no. But
fridge repair costs $1,001.
I understand, because he was saying, this guy was interviewed, the janitor, and he says he doesn't believe he'd done anything wrong, and he was just trying to help. Help who? Yourself? Because you couldn't deal with the noise? It's literally, I'm assuming it was just him there cleaning this thing up.
Just night guy. Yeah. It's like the Fly episode of Breaking Bad.
Oh,
you know
useless
what I mean?
episode.
It's dumb, but like...
I didn't know what filler episodes were until I saw that.
Yeah, it's a crazy filler episode.
Annoying.
Yeah, just getting that episode count up. But it's that same shit where he's just like, can't do anything except for take care of this beeping noise. You know what I mean? He's just going along polishing the floors. Beep, beep. Just can't get over that. And then just has to be like, oh, it's probably an electrical issue. The alarm keeps going off. You just follow this flow. Like, I don't get it.
It sounds kind of to me like, so, like I said, the researchers for photosynthesis to further the development of solar panels. And it was 25 years worth of research in this fridge of just cells and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a pretty badass origin story for a villain.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like the janitor, because I'm imagining it's a bunch of scientists in this building that he is a janitor in. They're all stuck up. They're like, oh, fucking Rob, he's not better than me. I have a fucking degree. And this janitor just, like, I feel like he kind of gets like, maybe not very, I don't know. I feel like he kind of gets condescended a lot. I don't know like how that would work if they even like cross paths like that. But I feel like this guy is definitely seen as like lower on the totem pole than these guys. So I feel like he's got some built up anger for these guys.
Yeah, like they just leave shit everywhere. Like just Timmy's cups everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
Jim will take care of it.
Yeah,
Fuck that
exactly.
guy, you know what I mean? We're scientists. You know what I mean? And then I think one time this noise was just pissing him off and he went to unplug it. But I'm picturing like it would be cool if this was like a situation where like when he hit the breaker, there was like a thing happened in the fridge.
Oh, and it came through.
And the door swung open. And then he just got like, it's photosynthesis to further the development of solar panels. So maybe it's like these cells just kind of like attached to him, and now he's just like
solar
powered guy, right? So he just absorbs all of his energy. He only fights in the daytime. Like he absorbs all of his energy from the sun, and then he just beats the shit out of scientists. And that's perfect for Marvel because all their superheroes are like smart guys, like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just kind of what I'm thinking.
No, it makes sense. I think
he fights at night and he sunbathes all day.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking.
At night. Yeah, and then he goes
because
out.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it, and like, because like, how often do the big fight scenes happen in a Marvel movie during the daytime? Not as often as the nighttime. I feel like
this sounds like a great Spider-Man villain.
It does.
You know, the scientist lab, they're all stuck up scientists.
Mm-hmm.
He fucks up this fridge of solar shit. Mm-hmm. And then he just soaks in all the solar shit. Maybe like when he hits the breaker, something else happens. Like,
I like he hits the breaker and the fridge sends a shock through the wire that it goes through his finger, and now he's got like electricity type superpowers.
And he zaps him right back into the fridge. Whoa. And then he falls into the fridge.
Breaker and the fridge are coincidentally right across the room from one another.
And then he falls into it, and then overnight he sleeps in there, and then these cells just kind of like become one with him. And then he wakes up and he's like, "What's going on?" And then he runs outside, soaks in all of this energy.
No, he wakes up to just the scientist just fucking just like yelling at him so hard. Yeah. He's just like in the fridge.
Yeah.
In the fridge.
And then he's like, "Dude, I'm sorry," and like touches him on the shoulder to like console him, and then just burns his shoulder. Dude.
Yeah. And then he's like, "No," and he touches another one and blasts that one against the wall.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like it's
giving me like Jamie Foxx vibes in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like this guy's villain arc.
But who would we get to play this character? We need to think of an unsuspecting character that would be a janitor, but would also be a
someone
sick...
who's into like solar power saving Leo.
Leo's good. I was gonna say Steve Buscemi for some reason.
I feel like
Steve Buscemi's got janitor energy.
Yeah,
or because it's kind of like it's like Bad Will Hunting. So like Matt Damon.
Yeah, I think Matt Damon though. 30 years ago.
Matt Damon, Todd from Breaking Bad,
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
And
don't know,
like
man.
Evil
But
Matt Damon from Good Will Hunting.
Yes,
he is.
yes.
He is a piece of shit. That guy. Probably a great guy. Whenever like him, Jesse Plemons probably a great guy. Every character he plays.
But Todd,
piece of shit. Todd's a crazy character.
Yeah.
Todd's a crazy character.
Yeah.
All of his characters are wild like that, though. Man, typecasting.
So I guess the story just turned into
A pitch.
a movie pitch.
That's it. That's it.
That's all we got from it.
How
I
do
want
you-
to know
okay.
what's going to happen to him. You know what I mean? If he's actually going to get...
So they're suing the company that's contracted for cleaning service.
Mhm.
So the university is suing the cleaning company for, I guess, $1 million, because that's what the lawyers estimate it will cost to replace the research. So I don't know that he'll be held personally liable. He'll probably be fired. But I don't know.
What's next for him?
On to the next project.
Yeah.
The next university.
It's tough because it's 25 years worth of research. I get pissed when we have a fucking video project file that we worked on for like a day get erased somehow, and I got to restart that.
Oh,
This is
dude, these
25
scientists
years.
would have just like...
Yeah.
There were definitely some tears.
you're a
Especially the person who's been around for the past 25 years putting this together.
Oh my God.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
He's about to revolutionize solar
He's
panels.
50 years old now.
Yeah.
Like he was a student when he started.
Crazy. Fresh out of school.
Shia LaBeouf's dad in Holes. Like, imagine if he was right there for the foot smell
Yeah, I think
solution and it was all wiped away.
I think if you're a true scientist though, and you really love this science shit, you enjoy the journey. So maybe there's some guys that are like, let's go. I'm down. Like, let's do this research again. That's
Dude,
all science is.
Now
is just
you're a
research.
50-year-old and you get to like mold the minds of the next generation after like being an expert on 25 years. You guys should grow up about this fucking all your stuff being wiped away. You should make some lemonade out of these lemons, buddy. Buck up.
It's just tough that it was for solar panels, you know? Like, we're trying to...
Yeah.
I feel like this is an
kinda
environmentally
important,
friendly, project they're working on.
So like, but that's what I mean. It's like $1 million worth of estimated like stuff. So it costs $1 million to like regen it in 25 years. 'Cause that's not that bad, right?
Yeah, like where's this $1 million coming from? Are they just gonna buy everything they've been researching from someone for $1 million? Like
what
they
I'm saying.
figured out what they've needed through research, and now they're just gonna buy it. Maybe they're good like within a year.
Yeah, I don't think they've been pushed back 25 years. I assume like cumulatively what they were working on was like the result of 25 years of worth of research. And those cell cultures were like 25 years in. I'm sure they have like the process to get to where they were previously. I'm speculating, but
I hope someone wrote that down.
I don't think these are 25-year-old cell cultures. That would be insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't be that important though if it's this easy to shut down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, maybe
You know what
let's
I mean,
just
like
get...
I feel like big time projects. You know what I mean? Like these science I don't know, I'm just referencing fucking Spider-Man movies, but whenever like these science buildings have like major projects in development, you can't just fucking
can't let tours of teenagers come through. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can't just have any
get bit
old
by a spider.
Joe Schmo mopping the floors.
Yeah.
I think it's just, lesson learned, more smaller fridges.
Yeah. Or Roombas. Let's just
Whoa!
This is a great marketing pitch for Roomba. You know what I mean? Tired of having your research projects getting thrown in the dump in the dump. Roomba. And it's just industrial sized Roombas. Where they just clean
Just
up.
gotta elevate the outlets just like 3 feet above.
Yeah.
Just stuck in the corner the whole time. That'd be a crazy... Never mind. Off topic. Let's get moving.
Next headline. Last headline we got here reads:
Man addicted to cheese has spent 60,000 pounds on cheddar and it eats at like least 2 blocks a day. That's a lot of cheese.
So this guy's favorite sandwich to make is a cheese sandwich, which is just 2 pieces of bread and a block of cheese with some white pepper,
Marmite
Vegemite,
mayonnaise.
Marmite or Vegemite.
It says Marmite in the story.
Both fucking disgusting. Who cares?
So 2 pieces of bread, Marmite, white pepper, and a
Mayonnaise.
block of cheese, and mayo.
Marmite
Well,
mayonnaise.
you gotta lube it up with something.
So without showing you guys a photo,
You gotta lube it up.
without showing you guys a photo, we know this guy's white. And bald. You knew that going in. We'll throw up a picture though.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't seen his face and someone was like, "What do you think a guy who eats 2 blocks of cheese a day and has spent $60,000 on it in his lifetime looks like?" I'd have a hard time painting the picture. But now that I've seen this guy, kind of looks like, yeah, exactly what I thought it was going to be.
He's ripped though. So apparently people are saying like, yo, how's this guy not fucking dead?
Yeah.
But his wife is saying he's very healthy. The doctors say he's doing great. He's got a 6-pack. He's shredded. Don't know how.
I think you have to be, you know? If you're just fucking cheesing all day, just cheesing, you're going to be like, man, you got to know in your heart that that's so weird. You know what I mean? Like there's like he's the thing about this is like she's just finding out it's weird. She posted a TikTok where she's like, my husband eats 2 blocks of cheese a day. How cute is he? And then all the comments are like, yo, that's pretty messed up that your husband's eating 2 blocks of cheese a day. And she's like, well, it used to be 4, so it's better. And
I've calmed him down. The word
Yeah.
she's used was, I've calmed him down, though. Don't worry.
And so now she's like going to him and being like, yo, it's pretty weird that you eat all this goddamn cheese. And he's like, what do you mean? I've eaten fucking 4 blocks. You got me half down. Like, I don't even...
They're trying to cut it down from 2 blocks to 1 block of cheese a day now.
Listen.
It's like packs of cigarettes for this guy.
Literally, dude. And that was her argument before. It's like a pack of cigarettes cost you $20. Block of cheese only costs you $7. So really, what's worse for you? But that's the thing is like, I refuse to think he's going through his whole life being like, yep, this is a normal thing to do is eat this much cheese, and anyone I encounter will understand that this is just a normal thing I do.
I think it probably just started off when he was a kid and he would just eat like a block of cheese and his parents would be like, he's a growing boy. He's getting hungry, growing boy. And then he just took that praise way too much to heart and then it just stuck. He spends 7 pounds a day on cheese each and every day, which adds up to 210 pounds a month, 2,500 pounds a year, or 63,000 pounds since the wife has known him. So you knew this and married him?
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's insane. And that's what I mean. She didn't even think of like bat an eye at it till she posted a video and was like, my husband eats 2 blocks of cheese. Hee hee.
How much fiber do you think this guy has to offset the cheese with?
Obviously only 2 slices of bread's worth.
Well, I mean,
It says here there's no side effects. He's very muscular. He's nearly 55 and he's got a 6-pack. I don't understand it.
how is this guy shitting?
Yeah.
How is he shitting?
He must have like a daily or like an annual kidney stone. You know, like that can't be right. Like, how do you? His body's just immune to it now.
Yeah, that's what it says in this story. It says he's just his body's acclimated to it.
There's a specific enzyme in the stomach that is used to break down like the lactose, which is like the dairy sugar. So I suppose it's possible that his body just makes an unreal amount of lactase.
Has just been regenning like exponentially.
Yeah,
the amount of lactase he's got.
So I just looked up what happens if you eat too much cheese. And it says cheese is a great source of protein and calcium, but is often high in saturated fat and salt. This means eating too much could lead to high cholesterol and high blood pressure, increasing your risk of cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, I refuse to think that like eating this much cheese wouldn't make you smell bad either.
Probably greasy, right?
Like if
Probably
you told me
showers.
that a person eats 2 blocks of cheese a day, I'd be like, I bet you they smell crazy.
Dude, you can't take this guy anywhere.
Dude,
Anywhere there's hors d'oeuvres.
The way you said that.
do it again. Do it again.
Anywhere there's hors d'oeuvres around. This guy's a nuisance. You can't take him anywhere.
I know.
Wine tasting, he's not there for the wine.
Wine and cheese night.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my god, there's a fucking fondue or brie night.
Yeah, he just brings a straw.
Yo, what the
Just
fuck?
an IV bag full of fondue, bro. Like, that's disgusting. Yeah, everything this guy does is BYO cheese.
You think he brings his own cheese?
You have to, dude. That's so much cheese to consume. You got to keep them levels up.
I don't even know, like...
What do you think you could, like, is there anything that you like enough that you could consume to this degree? You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. I like cheese.
Oh, it's great.
I just don't know if I could slap a full block of black diamond cheddar between 2 slabs of bread and just eat
Just
that.
break it in half, stack them,
Yeah.
and then take 2 pieces of bread and stack those on either side of that bread or the cheese with a little mayo, Marmite, and white pepper on it. And now you have a sandwich.
I've never thought to bite into a block of cheese.
So nasty. Like, no texture. No texture. It tastes like you're biting into skin, but it just doesn't stop being skin. You know what I mean? Like, that's the issue. It's like when you bite into skin and you like by the point where you like break through it, that just doesn't happen. It just keeps going through. And you just have a chunk of it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I couldn't do it.
How is he not a mascot for like someone?
Cracker
Barrel,
Black Diamond.
something. Like this guy's ripped
Mm-hmm.
and he just eats cheese all day.
The cheese man.
I wonder what his favorite brand is. Or if it doesn't even matter to him. Like,
So he spends 7 pounds of...
like just
Does
don't
not care. Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I got $6 today. I gotta get me that no name. Like, you know
So,
what I
well,
mean?
because it's 7 pounds on cheese per day, 2 blocks of cheese per day, which means 3.5 pound cheese blocks. I don't know. Like, that seems like it's decent quality, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's our
3.5
cheese?
pounds is probably like $7.
Block of cheese here. Block of cheese.
Some Balderson, some St. Albert's. You know
Some
what I mean?
St. Albert's. I don't know. Black Diamond when it's on sale. You know, Cracker Barrel when it's on sale. Cheese expensive, bro.
That's the thing.
So because of the amount of cheese he eats it with every meal.
Right.
But he won't eat macaroni and cheese because it's not cheesy enough for him.
Yeah.
Too much
Which
other
is
shit in there.
kind of weird. Like, just add more fucking cheese to make it cheesy enough for you. Like, he'll put a block of cheese on his shepherd's pie.
Yeah. And just be like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Just ungrated, unmelted.
Just a block of it, bro.
Block of cheese.
It's a garnish.
Perfect. Yeah. Right?
This guy can't go to restaurants.
Not without BYO cheese.
Like, imagine
and-
taking this guy to a steakhouse and he pulls out some Kraft singles to put on top of that thing.
Golly.
Just melts on top.
Fuck, I love Kraft singles.
That actually sounds pretty good.
I love Kraft singles, dude. Kraft single sandwich between 2 steaks. There, that's my kind of sandwich, man.
I don't understand that though. Mac and cheese isn't cheesy enough for him. So add more cheese, dude.
Oh, he does.
It's just still not cheesy enough.
He eats a bite of mac and cheese, block of cheese.
I've had
then
too
choose.
cheesy mac and cheese. I was in a restaurant in Florida. The mac and cheese was way too cheesy.
Dude, my dad used to like when my when my mom and my dad split up, classic like divorced dad dinners, Mac or KD surprise, and it's just Kraft dinner with literally a bunch more cheese in it as well as hot dogs, and you just be sitting there and you're like, brother, this is way too much fucking cheese, man.
Yeah, but when my parents first got divorced too, my dad got good at cooking one nice meal, and it was like lamb chops. But it
Nice.
was only lamb chops
Yeah.
every day,
My-
every week.
My dad went through
Just lamb
phases.
chops.
My dad went through phases where like for 3 weeks we'd eat chicken Alfredo. Next 3 weeks it'd be spaghetti. Next 3 weeks it'd be pork chops. Next 3 weeks, and it would just be like you'd eat in phases. And then by the end of it, like the first time you try it, day 1, not so good. Day 21, perfect.
Yeah, and then he moves on.
And then you move on.
Yeah.
But we had one sick one where you just make like apple pies. Wanted to make the best apple pies. I don't know why, but he just was like, my mom, I could make a better apple pie than my mom. And he'd make like 3 or 4 a week.
A core memory for me is my sister told my dad she wanted an egg, So my dad put an egg in the microwave for 30 seconds. And it just fucking exploded.
After they got divorced?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's post-divorce for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he was just going to put an egg in the microwave, add 30 seconds, and an omelet was going to come out with fucking ham in there.
An easy bake oven. Like, dude, my parents got divorced. Like,
it didn't seem right when he did it, but I was just a kid. I was like, he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows what he's doing.
My dad did, like, for the first 2 weeks of living alone, just freezer pizzas every night, dude.
Yeah.
He'd make like 2 or 3 of them. He probably spent like a good like $600 on freezer pizzas for those first 2 weeks after my mom moved out. Crazy, dude. Divorced dads, bro.
Yeah,
That's tough, though.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Fuck, dude.
Ah.
One day.
I'm thinking of a lot of other shit. I just one day. It's going to be both of us. Yeah. Our kids both have divorced dads.
They start a podcast and just talk about the
John's bunnies are over for the weekend.
Yeah, full
you got the bunnies for the weekend. You just feed them like fucking grass.
Dude, you're gonna have an issue though when you have kids, because your kid, their friends are gonna come over to hang out, and you're gonna be the dad that lets them smoke inside, do whatever. You're gonna have snacks. You're gonna be the cool dad. So other kids are gonna love coming to your house, and those dads are gonna have a beef with you and your son. Because your son's friends aren't going to be friends with your son. They're just going to like coming to John's house.
So you're saying that I'm going to like have like...
You're going to cock block your kid.
From his boys?
What? Yeah. Like a friendly cock block.
Friendly cock block.
Yeah. And other dads are going to be pissed because like those sons... Like there's going to be a dad one time who's got like a fishing rod in like a tackle box. He's going to be like, hey, Ron, we're going to go out and fishing today. You want to go fishing? I know we've been trying to do this for a while. I've been super busy at work, but I got a free day now. And he's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go wrestle alligators with John.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, is his son John Jr. going to be there? No, it's just me and some of the guys are going to John's ranch. And yeah.
John's ranch.
I do want a ranch, man. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's like a top 3 scenario with my life playing out in that way, dude. Some young friends to just keep me fresh, dude.
All right,
Oh,
MJ.
no.
Fucking relax.
MJ.
You're going to ruin a lot of relationships with like father-son relationships.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to compete, dude, for them. They're going to be like, I don't know what to do. This guy throws geese at fucking dartboards for fun. This guy goes geese throwing on his pastimes. He talked about it on a previous episode, but
that's the future. That's the future right there.
Hey son, you want to go to the movies tonight? No, I'm going geese throwing with John.
Fuck again?
John Jr.'s never there. It's just always
so
you.
his mom.
Yeah. His mom won't let him see you.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that sounds like I'm having a good time though. Geese throwing on a weekday. Let's go. Before school.
Hey, I'm gonna go throw stuff off a cliff with John. It's a Tuesday, Jim.
Yeah,
Jimmy, it's a school night.
Dude, there was like...
You're gonna be pulling kids out of spare to throw shit off a cliff.
Do you guys ever have like
the cool parents, the one that like brings McDonald's during lunchtime? You pull your son and his boys out of school during spare to go fucking throw shit off of cliffs.
Yeah, like father, like son, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Gotta be privy to that stuff.
Everyone's first time doing salvia is gonna be with John Jr.'s dad.
Yeah, that's in a controlled environment, like it should be. With parental supervision, absolutely. Let's go.
There was a dad back home that like would do that. Like he would get mad if his son was smoking weed anywhere but his house.
Yeah, my dad too.
Yeah.
But then we still would just go to my buddy's dad's house. What? Full circle. Holy moly. Yeah. Do you guys ever have like there's like a this is so weird. Like there's a guy who he worked with my buddy Gabe at a moving company, and he lived alone, but he was like befriended Gabe, and then he grew and sold weed. So we just go over there randomly, and I just get stoned and listen to them play guitar. And then after they'd be done playing guitar, we just watch this guy named Mark play World of Tanks for like hours. Just fuck around with his chihuahua. Dude, like old. Like old enough that this is weird now that I'm thinking back on it, dude. Nothing weird ever happened. It was just like we would go to this guy's house and just like smoke weed inside and watch him play World of Tanks.
You didn't hang around Middleton long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was building you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to school. That's what happened.
That's what you get for working at a moving company, man. Crazy. Adults, dude. There's a lot of cool adults out there that just let us do random shit when we were kids. You didn't have like a cool parents' house that you used to hang out at? Like,
there was this one mom that would let parties happen at her place, but that got shut down when one of the kids fucked her.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I heard a story about there's a story
Shut
about
down by whom, actually? I need a little bit more context on
The
that.
son, like the guy who was throwing the parties once his mom got banged by Tyler. She was like, done. Oh no, he was like, we're not doing this anymore.
Dude, I was actually
She was like down to keep clowning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the
Wait,
first time she got caught. You know what I mean? Like, like
repeat offender.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I remember there was a high school party I went to where this guy was like, yo, you know this guy named Dawson on the hockey team from this other school? I banged his mom at a party. And we're like, no way. And then he showed us DMs of her being the next day being like, that was awesome. And then the next weekend we played them and we got blown out, bro.
Oh,
but
I thought you were just going to leave it at blown.
No, we got blown out. But this guy, like, we like just the whole time didn't matter. They were up like 8-2. We were like just roasting this guy for his mom banging another high schooler. He'd be like, we're up 8-2 and be like, your mom's a slut.
That's tough.
Hockey culture, man.
Dude.
Go listen to Canada Land Commons Hockey.
Yeah.
You're fucking hear more of this shit.
Last thing, there was a cool mom. She would. I thought this was just in old movies, but I had a friend whose mom smoked cigarettes in the house.
Sick.
And she would just smoke cigs in the house, come downstairs, and there'd be like a huge like bong set up. And then she would just be like, I left $50 on the table for you to get pizza, smoking a cigarette. Then every time a new guy would walk down and be like, time to get out of here. And she would just leave the house with like a new guy every time.
What? Like, biker chick
and
mom?
then like this would go down and then they would leave and we'd all look at our buddy and be like, dude, this is the best. Like, your mom's sick. Like, you had the best mom ever.
Not a stable father figure ever, dude.
Like, dude, you're living the dream. Like, this is awesome.
Cigarette and side bombs, hilarious. Just comes down like, I left you $20 on the table.
I was like, dude, my mom sucks. Like,
his stack of homework just in the corner. He's like, that's awesome, man. Like,
just ashing her cigarette on it. Just, all right. Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure you change your sister's diaper.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Oh man, it's getting away from us here, lads.
Yeah, it is. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Like, follow, subscribe. Check out next week's episode or previous episodes. Yeah, we just had 2 comedians on last week. That was a good one. So check it out. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.